What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 40 of the Save Data Cast, your bi-weekly discussion show where we talk video games, we talk news, reviews, sometimes we rate cereal. And today, we're mixing the video game and sort of the anime world. We're talking video game isekais. But before we get to that, I am your host, David, and joining me for, I believe, is this the first time on Save Data Cast, Rob?
It can.
Yeah.
It is. Joining us for the first time, the voice of the people, Rob.
どうぞよろしく.
Did the ninja sub in?
Well, I'm just stuck when we talk about isekai.
I'm just kidding.
Drop a little Japanese. Have to chat with the ninja for a little bit. You know how it goes. You're not cool like that.
That's true. That's true. Also joining us is the future that the liberals want, Elise.
I'll just introduce myself with Roxas Cam. For a quick sec.
Oh, hands. He's so cute.
I love this boy.
He's so cute. You can see
3 years together.
Raz's foot sticking out from the curtain right behind me. He's sleeping too. Oh, and last but certainly not least, we have the Ace Attorney himself, Pritch.
Good evening, everyone. We're about to depart on a journey into a subject I know very well. Getting isekai'd.
We did have to retrieve you. That's true. We did have to bring you back.
Yeah.
Did have to bring you back. Folks, if this is your first time joining us, I'm sort of sorry. You should probably go watch some other episodes first.
Dude, I don't have time. You're going to have to just fill me in, dude.
You've been in the chat before, Rob. I've seen you in there. You've listened before.
Once or twice. Not an entire episode, though.
Rob, not many people listen to entire podcasts, just in general.
Dude, I'm actually a big podcast guy, but we're not going to get into that right
Oh,
now.
me
Yeah, basically,
too.
podcasts are the only way I survive work, actually.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with Bridge on that one.
Yeah, okay. Didn't expect that from, like, all of you. Didn't expect that from all of you.
I listen to the Waypoint Radio podcast, like, religiously.
Waypoint is good. Waypoint is good.
Listen to Behind the Bastards, cool people who did cool things, Lions led by donkeys.
All right, instead of advertising for other podcasts,
They're good podcasts.
No free clout, you know? God damn.
But if you like what we're doing, whether it's your first time joining us or your 50th time joining us, we thank you, and we thank our patrons right now.
Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons. Burgerbot, Les, Bandicoot Commando, Dave, Halucha, and Sofino, HSM, Ernwick, Pro Knight, Danny, Angelus, Kevin Asian, shout out Navi. Shout out to Jacob, Bell, Taco Sensei, Aki, Forensic, Beck, Nicole, and Mystic Woody. Dessert Boy Man, Elijah Sly, Rick Rat, Katja, Traveling in a Box, and Snowcat, Naruka Yagi, Chrysanthophylla, Phila, Written Word, Shade the Punisher, Sibylla. Thank 'em, gotta thank 'em all. Gotta thank 'em all, our Patreons.
And other than Patreon, you can also follow us on all your socials. Save Data Team, interact with us. And honestly, everybody, whether you're listening, watching on YouTube, or in the live chat, shoot us suggestions for topics. Like, you don't need to forum. Tweet at us. Post something in our Discord ideas channel in Discord. Let us know what type of stuff you want us to talk about on this show, whether it's video games or cereal tier lists. We do both now. And they do about the same numbers-wise, legitimately. So we can do pretty much whatever you want. Folks, I think we should get into the topic of the show. And it's an interesting topic this week. I believe this one was a fan-requested topic at some point, or it came up in our Discord. We're talking the best and worst video game worlds to get isekai'd into. Now, if you're not a weeb, like most of us here, you probably don't know what isekai means. So I'm just quick definition of isekai. It just means that you are transported from your world into another world. And usually in anime, it means you're transported into another world and you're the main character. We'll come back to that in a minute.
You also probably got transported because you got hit by a truck.
Yeah, you probably died. Generally, you died, or you read a book.
Generally, you just got absolutely destroyed.
Absolutely destroyed.
I like to pretend that all anime isekais take place in the same world, and Japan has an epidemic where like 10% of its teen population has been hit by trucks.
I mean,
Sometimes they put on VR suits and can't get them off, or VR
That's true
headsets
as
and
well.
can't
that's
get
true.
them
That's
off.
true. Oh man, but that's really it. I'm trying to think of a Western example, and it should be easy. Labyrinth is probably a good example. That's basically an isekai.
Never heard of it.
Can we say
The
John
Owl
Connor?
House.
Isn't
Is
it
it-
John Connor?
Oh, nice.
John Con. Oh, Terminator.
He's the Mars guy, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
At
Mars.
At least, what did you say?
The Owl House.
Oh
Is
yeah.
isekai.
Oh, House, yeah.
Amphibia as well, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
Amphibia.
probably.
Yeah.
Does over the garden wall count as an isekai?
Yes. I
Yeah,
would call that
yeah.
one too.
Good call. Good call.
Oh my
Wait,
god.
those are
We
all
never,
good examples.
we never necessarily know how real that world is, but I
Yeah,
count it.
that's fair. But yeah, that's what an isekai is. So we're going to talk about places you might want to go, and places you probably definitely don't. And I have a subtopic that I didn't tell you guys to prepare, so you probably don't have one. But things that sound good but are actually bad, which will probably just come up as we discuss them. Someone will say one that sounds good, and then we can be like, no, but this is why it might be literal hell.
I have a great one for that.
Somebody's calling me. 1 sec. Decline, bitch.
That might have been important, man.
It was a random number from New York. It wasn't.
Might have been Chris.
He's in New Jersey.
What?
Yeah, Chris is a New Jersey dude. He's not in New York.
But
Oh,
maybe
my,
he
I
got
need to
his
watch my
phone
stream.
from a shop in New York.
You know what? I could see Chris having a New York phone so that it looks like he doesn't live in New Jersey.
That's what I'm saying. The two are so
That's the thing you
close.
could do.
I bet you so many people in New Jersey have New York phone numbers.
Man, when I came out to California, one of the first things I did was get rid of the Ohio phone number. They look down on you for that.
I guess I'm still in the same province, but I still have a phone number like from my hometown's area code.
Let's get into it. Elise got isekai'd from her hometown to Toronto. Completely different worlds. It was for me. Do you want to start good or bad? Oh wait, we should talk about the protagonist thing before we get into it. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Let's
Let's talk about the
Rules.
protagonist thing. I think it shouldn't be a firm rule. We just need to talk about it for
That
ones
sounds
where
good.
it matters.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, I think that's about it. That'll cover it. Does that sound good to
Oh,
everyone?
so you're saying only bring it up
if
it's like
it
relevant.
matters, bring it up to your
Okay.
argument. Like,
We're talking about video game worlds. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Can I go first?
Oh, absolutely. At least go for it.
All right. Let me tell y'all about the world of the Elder Scrolls.
Mhm.
Because at first glance, you think, oh, that's just like generic fantasy world, right?
Yes.
And in a lot of ways it is. But listen, I'm built different. So there's this thing in the Elder Scrolls where one thing you need to know is that the entire world, the entire universe of the Elder Scrolls is the dream of this being called the Godhead. And it's created by like song and everything. And there's this concept where if you like believe with all your heart and recognize with all your heart that you are a part of a dream, but well recognizing this, you also are able to maintain your individuality and maintain your sense of self. You achieve what's called Chim, CHIM, all caps. It doesn't stand for anything, but it has to be all caps.
Key.
And you basically become a god. You become a lucid dreamer as a figment of the dream. And I'm built different. And look, there's like 3 people in the world, maybe like 5 in the history of Elder Scrolls who are known to have achieved Key. I'd be one of them. Listen, I'd be one of them.
That's like the famous last words of anyone that's ever done anything. I'm built different. Are you?
If you do like half of that, if you like recognize and believe with your heart that you are part of a dream, and you see the metaphorical tower of stars or whatever, and you aren't able to maintain your individuality, you're erased from existence. Retroactively as well. Like, you will have never existed.
Oh, so it's a win-win for
Rough.
millennials. You either become a god or you cease to exist. Incredible. There's only winning.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I used to be able to lucid dream a little, so maybe I'd be safe in this Elder Scrolls world.
Now, Lisa,
Yeah.
you bring up a good point, too, that if you are isekai'd into the world,
Mhm.
it would be a lot easier to believe that the world was a
It
dream.
would.
It would be a lot easier to be like, this ain't real.
Yeah.
Also
Especially if you've
solid
like
point.
read the lore or whatever.
Okay.
Because you do definitely go as yourself, right? Like you retain all your memories.
Yeah,
You're like,
Yes,
shit, I'm gonna be late for work. Holy fuck! I mean, that guy's got a sword. What the, that sort of thing.
Yeah, that's like the conceit of the genre. That you're like an outsider.
I gotta watch more. Maybe I don't gotta watch more isekais. But okay,
Don't watch isekais.
You do not.
If you,
Not
if you
the
ever
Eastern ones, the
actually
Western
do,
ones.
if you ever actually do, I'll tell you like the 3 or 4 good ones, and not like the
Sword
50
Art
shit
Online.
ones.
Not well, like the first half of the first season of that one, and then just stop.
I'll just not give it a go. Don't even worry about it.
That's a safe decision.
Elise, when you said Elder Scrolls, hello, camera that
Mhm.
decided just to stop focusing. There we go. I was extremely like, this is a joke. We would just die in the world of Elder Scrolls, any of them.
Probably.
But you won me back with the philosophy stuff that I didn't know. I didn't know anything about a godhead or anything like that.
It's Elder Scrolls lore is absolutely bonkers. Like, it's so deep and is actually really good, I think.
Is the godhead in the shape of Todd Howard's head?
I like to think it is.
Does
I
it-
like to think
Does it
that
have
Howard
the
is-
laser eyes?
I like to think of this. It's powerful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I would die, but that works for you. Okay.
You would die. Rip to David, but I'm different.
Pridge.
All right.
Oh, Rob, you know? Go.
No. I was actually gonna say, Pridge David, please go before me because I'm still sort of thinking about it.
I mean, do you want to just be like, default say like the world of every FromSoft game is the worst place to go?
Hey, Pridge,
Just
you know
like-
what? You know what the first line on my list of the absolute worst places to be would?
Every FromSoft game.
Literally any FromSoft world. That includes
Like-
Armored Core. That
Any-
includes the Dark Souls, Demon Souls,
Any
Sekiro,
Dark Souls game, you're just
Elden Ring.
dead. You're just
No, I was-
dead instantly.
I was thinking, like, what are some games I love? Dark Souls. No. Outer Wilds. You have 22 minutes. Have fun.
I mean, you keep coming back each time it loops.
Only
Sort
for
of.
the protagonist. Or
Well, yeah, then we get into the isekai rules where it's the
that's true.
protagonist.
For Outer Wilds, you have to run into the statue and get the power, or else.
Oh,
You
also,
are just
I would
not-
probably fuck up and not get the thing that you have to do within 22 minutes at the end. Probably would fuck that up and then die for real. Yeah, no, that wouldn't be good. Yeah, FromSoft does not make happy places.
no.
I can't.
No, they don't. And again, the Souls games / Bloodborne / Sekiro are like the worst.
Elden
But-
Ring isn't that bad, honestly.
I say I haven't played Elden Ring, and I feel like it might be like the best of the bunch.
Mhm. To be
Again,
like, if you had to choose one,
I know it ain't fucking Bloodborne where everyone's just going insane and getting eaten by monsters. I know it ain't that one.
In the
Dark Souls
grand
is
scheme
fucking-
of Dark, like Elder Scrolls, or not FromSoft. What am I saying? Worlds. I'd say Elden Ring's probably one of the better ones.
And you're still probably gonna die because I've seen some of the fucking shit you can run into in that game. You're still probably dead.
Yeah, you're still probably dead. Even Armored Core, like the whole thing of those games is there's people running around in basically weapons of mass destruction as mercenaries, just blowing shit the fuck up, like that are all run by corporations. It's even worse than our current existence.
Isn't the whole thing with Armored Core like all the guys are freelance, so you can one day be like fighting with this teammate, and then the next day take another contract and have to kill them?
And
You're all just fucking mercs.
Yep, that's Armored Core. You're a raven, and you just take whoever gives you money, and you think the mission sounds cool. You just go kill people.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. No to FromSoft.
Yeah, that's instant death.
Let's see. Okay, I have a random good one.
Okay.
Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines.
Ooh.
Dude, I don't know. Are you sure? Go ahead and convince us.
Wait.
This seems a little suspect.
I had an asterisk on this one. Provided that I am a vampire.
I was gonna say, I feel like that's where you gotta go with that one instantly. Am I one of the vampires?
That's the asterisk. If I'm a vampire, get cool powers, live with cool people. Some of them are a little crazy, but like it'll be fine. And like you don't have to do all the dangerous stuff, but like it'll be mostly fine. And just have a good time. Bloodlines is cool and has like cool people in it.
Now, that's a traditional vampire game, like you need to suck people's blood to survive, right?
I wouldn't call it traditional, but yes, you do need to suck people's blood to survive.
Some of the traditional rules of vampirism apply.
A lot of
Mostly, yeah.
them do, yeah.
Because I guess how comfortable are you with sucking blood of of random people?
If I'm a vampire,
They're
like
tasty.
they're cattle.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also,
We're learning a little too much about David
we know
this
if
one.
David became a vampire, he would turn on all of us instantly. I'm gonna jot that one down in a notebook somewhere.
Listen, if y'all wanted to join me in the vampire game, it'd be okay. I could turn you. You're my friends.
Just
It's been a while
make it a
since
mental
I
note, David. David
isn't,
will
like-
turn.
Isn't like sucking blood also kind of a sexual thing in those games?
It can be, but usually isn't.
Okay.
David, okay.
Can
Okay.
be.
Actually, I'm kind of back on board now. I'm convinced. Maybe this is the move.
I'm back in now.
But like, you live for a super long time. You're technically immortal, but like, you're gonna die to something at some point.
Wait,
But, like-
for a really long time, I'm out again.
No. But like,
Out.
you just like get powers without having to do anything too.
Besides sucking people's blood.
I mean,
You
that
could've
just
chose.
replaces eating. Like, you don't need to eat anymore.
Instead of
Can
eating a hamburger,
you eat though?
Um,
Because I know in some vampire lore, normal food like tastes bad now.
in the so it's based on a tabletop RPG. In the tabletop RPG, you can eat. Food does taste good, I believe,
Okay.
but you do throw it up.
Oh, no, I'm out again. I'm out again.
And like, if you want to get like drunk, like you can't.
I can't
can't
get my chicken nuggets anymore. I don't want blood. I want chicken nuggets. This world's terrible, David.
But you can get like
I don't get my chicken nuggets.
you can get like basically superpowers. It's dope. You can like
Yeah,
hypnotize
but
people. It's super
no
cool.
chicken nuggets.
Yeah, but like in the
hey,
world,
he
like
likes
if you
drinking
want
blood,
to,
hypnotizing people, okay.
well, if you want to get like drunk, this is the funny part of vampire, the lore. Like you can't just drink, right? You're a vampire. So you have to, if you want to get drunk as a vampire, you have to get a human drunk, and then you have to drink their blood.
You have to drink their alcohol,
Yep.
alcohol tainted blood.
So the vampire world is the world of darkness, and there's not just
Yes.
vampires. There's
Oh
also
yeah,
like,
there's werewolves and vampire
werewolves.
hunters. Yeah.
vampire hunters, mages. One of the RPGs is called Mage the Ascension.
Oh yeah,
Wraith
Mage is
the Oblivion.
fucking busted. Mage is absolutely busted. Yeah, I wouldn't be like trying to be a like powerful vampire. I'd just be chilling.
What kind of vampire would you be that? There's like the classes or whatever.
Oh,
right?
there's so many. I'd be one of the ones that have like either charisma or mind powers. Like 100%. Because you could just use those during the daytime, and as long as you aren't being like stupid, like you won't even get caught. Well, I guess not daytime literally, but you know what I mean. Like you can use them in public without necessarily getting caught. Whereas a lot of the other ones are very like blatant. Like some of them have like blood magic, which is like, oh, blood seeping out of your pores for you to cast a spell. That's pretty you're gonna get caught in the age of cell phones.
I mean, as long as you're only out at night, you know, you only be caught by freaking what? Who goes outside at night? Assholes, right? You can just kill them. I don't know. I haven't been outside at night in a few years. Whatever. Fuck those guys.
Listen, if I were like a vampire and I needed to, like, if I had to kill people by sucking their blood to survive, which, to be fair, in vampire you don't have to kill people. You can just suck their blood, and they kind of get happy times in their head and like a brief amount of amnesia for the moment. So as long as you don't drain them till they're dead, they actually have a good time.
Well,
They don't remember it, but they have a good time.
So you're saying it's a
This
drug.
is wild.
Yeah, basically, yeah. You know how like mosquitoes, when they pierce your skin, they have like the, you know, thing that makes you itchy, right? Vampires have that. It's just happy drug. But I can just either, and if I needed to kill people, just do it till the 1%. We're good to go. No, I could literally
Okay,
eat the
I'm
rich.
back on board
I
again.
could literally eat the rich.
yeah, I mean, that does help, being able to literally eat it. That's
Yeah, you make a good point.
And in vampire ethics, it would be okay. I pulled Elise back in with that.
Yeah, I think you got me. I think that's
the classics of vampire ethics. To be fair, I'm pretty sure in normal ethics, it's okay to eat the rich.
I was gonna say something like that.
Well, I mean, like normal ethics, you get into like, you know, killing people is inherently bad no matter who it is, right? In vampire ethics, that's not necessarily a thing.
It's not drama.
Rob, take it away from me, please. I don't want to keep talking about this.
So I don't play a whole lot of friendly games is kind of the problem.
You can give
And
us
the
a
friendly
bad
games I do play, a bad one. No. We'll see. Actually, the chat was talking about this earlier, and this was kind of the one I settled on. Because I was actually going to go the Skyrim route, like Elise. You said Elder Scrolls. I was going to say Skyrim specifically. Even if I'm just like a regular merchant or something, if I can eventually afford like a potion, get myself all beefed up on like fucking magic elixirs and stuff, it's like, all right, that might not be too bad. I don't actually know what potions are in Skyrim though, because I never played it. So I was like, maybe.
there is strength,
maybe
Rob.
Splatoon would be cool.
You could be Oh, Splatoon, huh?
I was thinking Splatoon would be a good one because I think they're just chilling. Like another game series I haven't played, but they dress pretty well and they're just gaming. Like they're playing paintball, right?
Yeah.
Splatoon would be kind of dope. Your entire life's just basically playing paintball.
Yeah, I think you're just chilling all the time. And I was like, you know what? I could fuck with Splatoon. I don't know if they have video games yet, but they got music, so it's like, I don't know. I feel like Splatoon would be chilling. They were asking.
They have holograms. They must have video games.
They probably have video games.
They must.
Chat was talking about if you become a squid if you go into Splatoon specifically, and I think you'd have to. Otherwise, you just wouldn't be able to participate in society at all.
Yeah, you have to be a
that's the
squid
only
or an
what's left.
octopus.
Yeah, I think you'd adapt. You'd adapt a certain amount to your surroundings.
Normal humans are gone, so you would adapt.
Might be a little
And
sad.
if you're
Like,
the only
damn.
human, they treat. Maybe if you're the only human, they treat you as a god. I don't know.
they might treat you as a villain given the events of Splatoon 3. And I might be like, I don't know if I fuck with that guy. You can't breathe underwater. That's kind of.
Rob, what if you were isekai into Toontown?
Dude, I don't know. I don't know if it'd be very fun. I don't know if I want to go around. I've kind of actually. I think the problem is if I got isekai into Toontown, I'd be a cog. I wouldn't be a toon, unfortunately, because I've been a cog for the past like decade. I'd go over there and be like, "Fuck, I gotta go to work. God damn it, I'm a goddamn pencil pusher too. Fuck me. I'd be a villain 100%. These fucking toons are so happy. Come here, you little bitch. I'm gonna erase your head."
You know, Rob.
And then they pie me in the face.
Tragic.
Rob, I mean this as a compliment. I feel like you would be a good villain in Toontown. I feel like you'd be a good villain.
I'd be like Mr. Hollywood or something. Who's like, he's a big toon. He's got a big smile. That's the joke.
You got a good
there.
smile, Rob. It fits.
But he's absolutely a bad guy. Is the problem?
I mean, you already said you'd be a bad guy in Toontown.
I would be. I think I'd be a lower level bad guy. One of those fucking. I don't know. I said it already. I think I'd just be like a pencil pusher, something stupid, short change, just saying Toontown bots that nobody gives a shit.
Yeah,
about
I didn't realize those were like bots
those are
or
their actual
classes
names, yeah.
or enemies or anything. Didn't know any of that. I figured out cog after you explained it.
A 5-minute lesson, I could just go through each of the cogs, maybe go through a few of their perk people, you know.
Elise, do you have a different world you would or wouldn't want to be isekai'd into? That's preferably not Toontown?
Me?
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I was going through them. Y'all have Elite Dangerous?
I know of it. I haven't played it. I know it's space game.
Yeah, it is. It is basically just a space game, and you know the title says dangerous. And listen,
It does.
it's not wrong. But also listen, I'd be able to just like take my fucking spaceship and go out into the stars and explore space, and I think that's pretty dope.
No,
Like you don't have to go into like the trading like routes and be attacked by pirates or whatever. You can just like take your thing and just go out exploring, and listen, you get money just by discovering new planets. So just
Okay.
discover some new planets, go to like the local space station thing, get some money, stock up on, you know, supplies, and then go out exploring again. Find some new planets, find some dope shit.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Like,
That would be kind of cool.
no, I don't know. I watched like 2 or 3 episodes of Star Trek and a lot more episodes of like horror movies that take place in space. It's like, what if you come across a weird virus, a weird alien?
Mhm.
I don't know. Your ship just runs out of fuel. It's like a floating coffin. That space terrifies me. It's like the ocean, but worse and bigger.
It's like the ocean, but better and bigger.
Oh my God.
I mean, Elise notably does love space. So like,
I do love space.
And see,
It's true.
I do love exploring things in games. I feel like that would get old.
Yeah, but then that would get old, and I'd just like, you know, settle down in a local space station or maybe a local bustling like city that I can fly to because I can fly anywhere in my spaceship. And then maybe I'd you know, spend a couple years there, and then I'd get the urge again. I'd get the wanderlust again. And then I could go out exploring again. Right?
I mean, that's true. That is very true. Elise, this is not a spoiler. This is a little hint towards our D&D campaign. Your character fits you very well.
Thank you.
Specifically the treasure planet vibes and like age of exploration but in space. Fits you very well.
I appreciate that.
All right, so can I go next?
Oh yeah, go for it.
All right, so I want to talk about one of the big ones that everyone always thinks of when this topic comes up, and that's Pokemon.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. I don't know what that was. Keep going.
Because a lot of people always say, "Oh man, I'd want to be in the Pokemon world. You know, get to meet all these cool creatures."
Oh, sorry.
Someone mute Rob. No, you're not letting me get to my point. So
He muted himself. You're good.
People always say it'd be super cool to be in the Pokemon world, but it's one of those things where then you sort of have to think about it a little deeper, right?
Yeah.
Because think about a typical Pokemon region. Every city has a Pokemon center. How many cities have a hospital or a doctor's office?
Like one.
See what I'm getting at here?
I do.
Like, I don't know if the Pokemon world's even designed for humans. Like, sure, there's Pokemon centers, and then but that's like, you're on this world where it feels like every city is built for Pokemon, and then there's one giant city with a casino and actually cool shit for humans to do. But then every other city's like, if you're not a Pokemon trainer, there is nothing for you in this world. Absolutely straight nothing. Like, if you're not living in the one big city that every region has, there's just nothing for you in this world unless you're a Pokemon trainer. You have no other career options, basically.
Yeah.
Damn, just
No
fucking work at the Pokemart for the rest of your life.
That's what I'm saying.
Or you're
man.
making like ingredients for the things they sell in the Pokemart.
It's like, again, I know, because every region has like one big city, and that one usually they mention like all these, like there's corporations there. Mind you, those corporations always make Pokemon shit. But again, you're on like one like actual doctor, and like again, they usually have a casino or something that actually humans can do. But like every other town is like 3 buildings, a Pokemon Center, and a Pokemart, and it's like, all right, well, I guess I better be a Pokemon trainer. My life just sucks.
It's kind of true.
This is true.
Yeah, so I would throw that out there, see if anyone had points or counterpoints to that. Because again, I jokingly looked up, what video game worlds were the best to live in, and obviously they all at least mentioned Pokemon, and I was just like, would that actually be awesome, or would it just be like, oh, if I'm not trading Pokemon, then
And
I live a listless, pointless existence.
There's so much pressure to perform too. Like everyone's a Pokemon trainer, so like.
Yeah, if you can't even walk down, like,
there's
you can't
a
even
class
walk
system.
between cities. You can't even walk between cities without a fucking, like, random kid throwing a Caterpie at you. It's like, dog, I'm just going on my morning walks. I'm fucking throwing bugs at me, you little shit. I'm just gonna beat up this kid and take his money.
And then you got fucking
Pokemon too, bitch.
You got people like fucking Gary riding around in their fucking convertible with like girls across the entire thing, being like, yeah, bitch, I got 6 badges. What's up? You only have 4? Oh, and that's the entire world. Everyone's like that. It's like fucking class system.
Sucks.
It's a class system based on your Pokemon badges. That's horrible.
See?
It's just
It's
capitalism, but badges instead of money.
You can't even like leave your starting town, right? Without
a
having
Pokemon.
a Pokemon. And you can't get anywhere else without like having a bunch more Pokemon and like defeating your gym leaders and like fucking training up your Pokemon. Because if you try to go from fucking like town 25, fucking Viridian City or whatever it's called, to the next town, it's like, oh, you're throwing level 80s at me. Great. Thanks.
The Pokemon Queen has a point.
I guess I just can't visit my friend.
The Pokemon Queen has a point I'd like to refute too. A lot of the famous trainers have alternate jobs like artists, models, pilots. Let me rephrase that word alternate. They have second jobs. They work 2 jobs. They're a Pokemon trainer and they're doing the other job.
Yeah.
Capitalism sucks in the
good.
Pokemon world. Like, come on, it's pretty bad. I mean, listen, they do have universal health care for Pokemon. You can go to a Pokemon Center.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah,
We don't know if they have it for people. They probably don't.
Yeah, we don't know how it works for people. There's like, maybe 2 doctors per region that actually work on humans.
See, we're saying all this, but then you get in there, they give you a Pokemon, and you go catch one and you're like, wait a minute. I understand now. I get it. I'm hooked. I want to only be a Pokemon trainer, and suddenly that world shoots to the very top for you. You're like, this fucking rules.
Yeah, but like also if I were like thinking of it in like, you know, a 3D space, like I'm a person in the world, I'm watching my favorite pet beat the shit or get beaten the shit out of on multiple times a day.
Kill, dude. Nobody fucks with my boy.
I mean, yeah, except they're gonna get their ass beat a lot of times before they're strong enough to not get their ass beat.
It's all part of the process. You know, you got to take a few hits. You got to get back up. That's what it's all about. That's like Batman. Okay, he took a few hits too.
I would not.
I'm actually convinced about Pokemon now.
I would not like to see Raz fighting other cats, and I can't imagine wanting to see my Pokemon fighting other Pokemon in like, you know, first person view. Like, you know, it's a video game, like whatever, but as soon as you're in there, nah, it's different. It's different.
I mean, they feel bad when their Pokemon dies too, but imagine Raz with like big ass guns and shit, walking on two legs, carrying you around.
He's a
like,
Pokemon, not a Digimon.
I'd be fucking. Well, I mean, he's a cat. He could become Incineroar.
That's true.
There you go.
But like, yeah, what? Like, how much am I paying to feed him now? How much is that? Just a second human being?
You better start winning those fights.
And like right
if you
now,
want to eat Raz, you better go get that fucking guy, twist his neck.
Now, if I buy Raz food he doesn't like, he just meows at me, right? There's no, you know, he meows at me and I give him different food. If he's a fucking like Incineroar and I give him cat food that he's like, no, he can beat the shit out of me.
He wouldn't. He grew up with you. Come on.
Have you met cats?
He electrocutes Ash all the time.
Yeah.
Charizard incinerates Ash's face all the time.
I think Charizard's a dick. I don't know.
Charizard is a dick, but
cats love their humans, but also would eat their humans if their humans were dead, right? Like,
don't die. I mean,
they'll turn in an instant. Is my point. Zach, how many badges you got? You want this cat's respect? Oh my god! Enough Pokemon. I think Pokemon is definitely bridging out. It sounds good, probably actually bad.
Yeah, it's a sketchy one. It's a very limiting world.
Do I give? All right, I have an obvious bad one.
Okay.
Doom. Any Doom game.
Mm-hmm.
Any single Doom game. I don't want to be the protagonist. I don't want to exist in that world. I don't want to exist in the universe. I don't want to be close to anything that happens in a Doom game. Especially the recent ones where Earth is literally like dead and there's people on like a space station in Mars trying to win back Earth. Like, no, they're fucked. Everybody's fucked. The only being in existence that has a chance is fucking Doom Guy.
Yeah, I mean, that's a world where if you're not the protagonist, then yeah, you're fucked.
Even if I come in as Doom Guy, in the video game, I die a ton and respawn, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
In the world, I don't know if that's how that works. I don't know if I just respawn.
You're a badass. Chopping people up, dude.
Well, as we specified earlier, like, you're coming in with what you know, right? I'm not coming in with the knowledge of the Doom Guy. I'm coming in with the knowledge of David. And like,
but David has played the Doom series.
I've played
so
two Doom games. I've played 2 Doom games, and like, I can point a gun in a video game. The shit that you need to do in those games, I could not pull off in real life. Like, even if I was beefy as Doom Guy. Like, no. There's the precision. Especially in, like, the reboot Doom games. Absolutely, I'm fucked. I'm dead. Over and over again. And everyone around me is dead. Everyone's dead. I don't want to exist in Doom's world.
Even if you came in as what are Doom and his people? Are they angels or something? I'm a little fuzzy on the lore.
Doom Guy changes depending.
Like basically a god.
I think it's one of those ones where he was a human but isn't really anymore.
Mm.
And I think it changes based on the game too. But yeah, like the
That's
reboots,
true.
he the Deep Doom lore that I don't know that well. But yeah, he's not exactly human, but he's like part human is what I think anyway.
Okay.
I looked up best video game worlds to live in. Now that I've got a few of my notes. From r/True Gaming, top comment: since most games are war-torn post-apocalyptic hellholes, I'd probably choose a hentai game.
Oh, boo!
Fridge is Hootie Pop
Pussy
on your
answer.
list. Honey Pop.
No, dude, I don't want a racist fairy telling me I have to go get laid.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
That sounds kind of like hell.
Although
actually,
I did have one sort of hentai game on my list, and it was more the
let's
spirit
hear
of
it.
it. Pridge knows this one. Katawa Shoujo.
oh, I mean,
We got to pause real quick. I'm sorry. The way you're pronouncing some of these Japanese words is actually going to give me an aneurysm. Continue.
Katawa Shoujo?
Oh! Continue.
Katawa Shoujo. What do you want?
I just wish you'd say it faster. I don't know. You're like chopping it up. You're putting a period in between each consonant.
You say it.
No, I'm not saying the name of that game.
Katawa Shoujo?
Not when it could be better. I like that. That was better.
Like, can be cool spell sexed against you.
But I basically put like that game, but really any dating sim. And here's the actual reason. Because, like, listen, we all know we get put in there as the protagonist. We're gonna fuck something up, right? Like, it's not gonna go as planned.
Hell yeah.
It's not gonna go as planned. We're gonna fuck up, and also like sometimes they're underage, and that's not cool. But like, the worlds though are generally just pretty chill. So like, if I just exist there, like, it's totally cool. Nothing bad will happen.
What was the protagonist's handicap in
Heart
that game?
Weak heart.
yeah, he had a heart attack. I forget the exact condition. It's some sort of thing that results in a lot of constant arrhythmia.
It was like a congenital heart defect. I don't know if
exactly. Yeah, it's some sort of congenital heart defect.
Okay.
The logo is just a heart with a little Band-Aid cross on it. So
Yeah,
his heart is literally
liable to have
broken.
a heart attack if he does any amount of strenuous physical activity.
Yeah, which
Although
is
I think I remember Emmy helped us out a little bit with that.
Yeah. If you want the Emmy route, there are a bunch of good routes. Great game, good game. But yeah, just like dating sims are pretty harmless. Like no one's unless you choose Doki Doki Literature Club.
I was gonna say that's not necessarily true because there's shit like Doki Doki. There's also shit like the Fate Stay series where you can get fucking embroiled in a conflict for like the end of the world and shit.
Wait, how many of us played Katawa Shoujo? Fucking Jason's in the chat like Rinru. Let's go. Did we all play that game?
Jason's played that game.
Shit. I didn't realize how many of us played that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
I still can't believe 4chan made a good game. Like, I can't believe it.
I mean, it's wild. It's wild.
Yeah.
You guys are gross.
It's
you played it too, you
fucker. I recently learned that the Fate series, this whole monolith of anime and gacha games and everything. It's based on porn games.
Yeah, it's based on porn. Yeah.
It's based on porn.
I did not know that either until not super long ago. Oh, the first one's an H game? Did not know that. Yeah, it's like this fucking. It's this massive ass multimedia franchise that got started from a hentai dating sim.
Yeah,
I mean
hentai visual novel.
Yeah,
I mean the guy who made Food Wars made porn before he did Food Wars.
I mean that's a surprisingly common thing in the manga industry.
Mm-hmm. What I've seen from it is it's 50 hours of story and then really 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 bad sex scenes.
Yeah, I mean, it's an older one. It's an older one. It's one of and it's for a game with sex scenes. It's one of the more tasteful ones, I guess I'd say.
Yeah, it's also made by the same people who made the source material for Melty Blood.
Yes, Type Moon.
Oh yeah.
Type Moon is the word.
Yeah, just look at the two for 5 seconds. Like, oh yeah, that's the same that's the same designers.
Yep.
Every time I see a Melty Blood character, I go, is that from a fake series that I haven't heard of, or is that a Melty Blood character?
Yeah. Well, Melty Blood is based on, I'm forgetting the name, Tsukihime. Melty Blood is based on Tsukihime.
I don't know what that
which
is.
It's the first visual novel from the Fate guys from Type Moon. And then they made, after Tsukihime, like, was a niche hit, they made Fate.
Wild.
Wow.
Absolutely wild. Rob, what you got?
So people earlier, and I was sort of thinking this as well, we're talking about Minecraft, we're talking about Stardew Valley. No, they weren't talking about Minecraft. I said that. We're talking about Stardew Valley.
I don't think we mentioned Stardew Valley yet.
No, there are a few people in chat that did.
Yeah, I mean, Stardew Valley is an awesome one. But Robert, what were you going to say?
If Stardew Valley is an awesome one, why are we on our computers right now instead of out on the farm farming? You know,
because actual real life farming fucking sucks.
Yeah, because real life farming sucks.
Stardew.
Which would you that would be what you did if you were isekai to Stardew.
You'd be a real life farmer.
You'd be farming.
Yeah, but it's like so much easier there, though.
No, I think it'd be hard farming.
I mean, the character has that energy bar, and we destroy that shit on the daily. Is it that easy? Because listen, I literally had
doesn't grow in like 14 days, like it does.
Yeah, people have like tractors and shit in real life, though.
Yeah, but listen.
Also, you definitely don't have to be a farmer. There's you don't do a different job in a small town that's just chill as fuck.
Yeah,
you're still.
This is also a world though where I can sell a parsnip and make rent.
Yeah,
no, because you don't have rent because you have inherited generational wealth, Elise. You inherited a farm because your grandpa died.
You got no video games. You got no bitches.
That's not there are video games.
There are video games in Stardew, that's true.
Can you play League in Stardew? I didn't think so. This universe sucks.
I mean,
Minecraft is worse.
I mean, the internet's probably pretty bad, but they do have computers.
Oh my! If I can't connect to a multiplayer game, it takes you 24 hours to download like fucking Fall Guys. It's like, dude, you try to open the save data stream, it's just lagging. 480p. It's like, oh my god.
480, Rob. It's 360.
For
Come
rural
on.
viewers.
Dude, wait. Can I get isekai into Fall Guys? Can I be an immortal being who just runs obstacle courses for eternity?
I mean,
think that's,
yes.
The definition of hell.
You can, but do you want that? Rob, to your point on Stardew, I had most farming sims on my sounds good but probably actually bad list.
Amen. Throw Animal Crossing on there too.
Animal Crossing was the top.
Regular people.
Animal Crossing was the fucking top of my this sounds good but is actually bad.
You're working all the time. It's 24/7 work. It's like,
no, here's the one that got me for Animal Crossing. No one else in your village fucking does anything.
Oh,
no one. You leave. No one cleans. No one picks weeds. No one removes rocks. No one's growing things, taking care of trees, catching bugs. No one does shit. They don't do a fucking thing. They're all living off of your work. You are the only one doing fucking anything. And you owe Tom Nook 13 million fucking bells.
To be fair, it's an interest-free loan. It's an interest-free loan with no repayment date,
which is very generous. That is very generous.
You can literally pay it off by doing some of the most menial, easy tasks in the world.
That is extremely generous from Tom Nook. I will give you that. But like,
what else are you gonna do?
The only reason it matters is because you want the island to look good. No, when there's rocks everywhere, it's hard to get around. It's annoying. You're walking through brush all the time. I don't want that. I want a fucking road. I want a road. I have to build that.
If you like come back after time away and your place is overgrown, aren't all the citizens like really sad?
And they're mad. They get mad because you didn't do
your favorite
stuff.
Guy moves out.
They're mad because you didn't do everything for them. It's the definition of a fucking like codependent relationship. I don't want that as my life. And it's not just with one villager, it's with all of them. They're all dependent on you. It literally is like you're in limbo.
Mhm.
They're not like us in New Horizons.
is
They
right.
don't do anything. They go out
It
and
will be
like
super
live their
boring,
best
too.
life while you take care of the whole fucking island for them. They're great.
Okay, but listen.
They're having a good time.
If we're talking getting isekai, what if you are one of the animals? You're not
Oh,
the
fuck
Ooh,
yes.
yeah, what if you're a
I don't have to-
villager in Animal
No
Crossing?
I don't have to do
way.
shit.
Actually don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
I don't have to do shit. That'd be fine.
Become a
I'd be good
villager.
with that. If
You're
I'm a villager,
absolutely
we're
staying
good.
human.
I mean,
You're absolutely staying human, though.
as long
Especially
as
in the newest one.
as long as someone
Oh,
else
yeah.
is
Oh,
doing all the work every single day for eternity, then yeah, sure.
David, what are you doing? David, Pridge, and Elise, what are you guys doing while the villager, mayor, resident person is working? Like, what are you doing?
Ranking up in
I
League
mean,
of Legends,
some of
Rob.
the games you can get a bunch of classic NES consoles. So I guess I'm just playing NES games.
They have computers. Like, there's a bunch of
Yeah.
good stuff in there.
They got video games.
I don't know. If I can't play League in any of these universes, it's like
You-
fucking.
Rob, you get a computer in
Rob,
Animal Crossing, you can play
Rob, What if
League.
you get isekai into League of Legends?
I can't play it anymore. Go out to the
But
rift,
you can
like,
live
man,
it. You can live the League of
fucking idiot.
Legends.
Just flaming my teammates in real life. You fucking idiot! I told you. I'm pinging me and like, what are you talking about? Like, fucking no, fucking. Where's the mini map? I don't know. I'd be even worse.
You're walking down a lane next to the actual Lee Sin, and you're like, "The fuck are you doing, man?"
Everyone
You
in
blind
chat's
bastard! What the hell?
What is wrong with you?
everyone in chat's like, Rob, you might have a problem. Do you need help?
Yo, tell me you guys wouldn't. You're in a life or death situation. You see your buddy fighting a crab. Please help me. They have swords and guns. I'm still alive.
Scion's charging with a giant axe, and there's some blind guy in the river punching a crab, and you're just like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
He hears you, right? Looks in your direction. Looks back at the crab. Keeps fighting it. You're like, oh my god.
Shoots a
I'm
blast out
doing-
of his hand, flying, kicks the crab away from you. Just keeps going farther away from you as this like 8-foot tall undead zombie with an axe just butchers you.
Yeah, but then you just respawn.
And now I'm like, I'm gonna do everything I can to make that Lee Sin. He just made. Now it's 6v4. It's fucking over for this guy.
And you're
But I feel
literally
the pain.
looping forever.
But I feel the pain, Elise.
And you're looping forever. Like, as soon as that game's done, you're summoned by somebody else. You're looping, and you're back to level 1 with no items. You're in fuck. That's literally like a ring of hell. Like,
Are we going back to having summoners? Is the question.
oh, I forgot they
No,
retconned.
hey, those are the, hey,
No.
don't say the forbidden word.
I forgot they retconned that.
Summoners aren't real anymore.
Summoners don't
It's
exist.
just the rift now. Don't
Just
worry.
the
Summoners
rift?
can't hurt you.
It's the
Isn't the rift like now entirely outside of the canon?
The rift
yes.
is nothing now.
Yeah. No, technically, if you were Isekai in League of Legends world, it would be Legends of Runeterra.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's true. Which,
Well, I wouldn't
mind being
depending
like-
on which
It
city
would
you end
next to
up
be League of
in,
Legends, it would be the hit show Legends of Runeterra.
depending on where you end up, not that bad. Put me as
I
a
mean,
put
I
me
don't
as a
know,
god
man.
on Mount Targon. Let's go. All right, cool.
Oh yeah, sure. Yeah, but every other place is either sucks or is at war with someone else.
It would
It's
be the
from
hit show
Red
Tales from Runeterra.
Oh, I'm sorry. I said Legends. I'm gonna say Tails. Thank
That's
you,
the card
Elise.
game.
Yeah.
Reminder, folks, our D&D show coming soon.
Hey, we're gonna start
Yeah.
dropping some mad teasers for that soon. You better get
Teaser.
ready.
That's the word I was looking for at the beginning of the show when I was talking about Elise's character.
Oh yeah,
Just
teaser.
fucking teaser. I'm like, oh, I'll give you a hint. Teaser. That's the word I meant.
We're dropping some foreplay.
No.
Still thinking about those H games.
Oh, Rob. And yeah, as
So I
Zach
think-
points out, our D&D game is not set in League of Legends this time.
Whack.
Oh, I have
It should
one. I have one that's like a weird choice.
Oh.
Give it to
I
us.
call it the double isekai.
Mm.
I want to be isekai'd into the human world of Digimon World, and then get isekai'd from there into the digital world of Digimon World.
Layers. There's layers to this one.
Where you get a cool pet who's your best friend and does technically die, but is immediately reincarnated right in front of you.
Makes it better.
It's better than like the alternative of they just die.
A little bit worse than the alternative of not dying at all, but
yeah,
know?
Yes, you are accurate.
Most people would take not death over death.
I would take not death. But yeah, like you can just go into that world. The human is basically immortal in that game because you never fight anything. Just your Digimon does. It's great. Kind of like Pokemon, and they're digital. So like, because you're being like isekai into an isekai, they're digital. They are data. They all know their data. Nothing actually dies. It just gets reincarnated. It comes back.
That's fair.
Can you save the data?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
That's the whole point. Is like the data's getting corrupted, and you're going out to save the data with your companion.
Can you form like a team? So
you're
like
rebuilding
a
whole city. You just get one Digimon, but you're rebuilding a whole city and like society by like bringing people back to their senses, and then they join your town and they build the town out with you. So like you save Miramon.
So it's Deltarune.
I haven't played Deltarune or watched the playthrough, so I don't know. But like you go save Miramon, fire Digimon. He's like, you know what? I'll join your city. And you're like, okay, what's your job? He's like, I'm a cook fire dishes. And I'm like, excellent. You have a restaurant. Let's fucking go.
Yeah,
you save Centaurumon. He's like, hospital. I'm building one in your town. Digimon World's town, already better than Pokemon. Has a hospital for humans and Digimon. Has a restaurant that doesn't serve Pokemon. Like in the fucking Pokemon world.
Pokemon are tasty, to be fair.
I mean, they are. I would eat them. But like, not if they were.
If you want
also
to know exactly which ones you should eat, check out our Pokemon edibility tier list on YouTube. More plugs.
Wait, you just get a normal city at the end, and then once the city is built, everyone's like, "Thank you," and they send you back to your world, and then you can just go back when you want. You have a Digivice, you just go back and forth and say hi to your friends. So it's like a world within a world, and then we isekai'd into that world. Yeah. Which sounds like a fun time. Like mindfucky, but sounds like a fun time. It's basically it's just Japan, which is a fun place to be, and then you have the digital world, another fun place to be.
We're going off on a digital trip to digital reality.
Exactly. Confused Grandma asks, "What Digimon would I want?" That is a good question.
I would like one that doesn't turn into a human angel hybrid thing.
Yeah, I would like one that doesn't look human.
Cowards, all of you.
Yeah, I'll take a human one.
That's a pretty limited list, though. All of the every Digimon turns into some human angel gun hybrid.
Let's go.
I'm trying to
give me
think.
one of those.
That game, the Digimon World game, only goes up to Ultimate level, doesn't go to Mega. There is Waymon, who's just a fucking whale, and he's pretty cool. And then he can take you on vacations because he's a boat. Like you just get on him. Or like I would probably pick Waymon or like one of the flying Digimons because they fly you around too. Like they fly you around, so it's like okay, I got a personal plane basically. That's my friend. Let's go. I think Griffin. No, Griffin's Mega. There's like a flying ultimate one. I don't remember. Do we have a bunk emote? We have horny jail emote, Hio. That's pretty much equivalent.
Horny jail, yeah.
It's pretty much equivalent. There you go.
That's what you're. That's cool.
Anyone got other ones?
I mean, all the Tales games have an apocalypse going on in the background of some kind, so I'm going to pass on any of those.
I thought about all of those and came to the same conclusion.
All the BioShock games take place in some sort of dystopia. It's dystopian location. I know that actually could go very well in the worst ones to be.
BioShock was on my worst list, yeah.
Yeah, either Rapture or Columbia would be pretty rotten places to be. One's a fucking libertarian submarine city full of zombies, and the other one's like a fucking white supremacist super haven.
If we're talking worst, I have a contender, which is any of the Warhammer 40k games.
Oh yeah, you don't want to exist in that universe. That universe is pain and death.
The common like knowledge, wisdom about the 40k universe is that there are no good guys. They're all like basically fascist, like
they're all bad.
hellholes. Yeah.
They're all bad. And even the like cool convenient magic that people use can backfire and kill everyone. So like
everyone in like a 40-mile radius or more.
So like I'm good. I don't want to exist in that universe. I'm okay.
Yeah.
Shade the Punisher asks, what if Goggles was isekai into a Sonic game? He's been in like 3. Come on.
Never mind. Okay.
You gotta go find him. He's been in like
A
3
lot
of
of people have been saying any of the Legend of Zelda games. That's another one where there's usually some sort of apocalypse occurring in the background, and I'm not a chosen hero.
Yeah.
So, like, most Legend of Zelda games would definitely suck. Because unless I got a Triforce, I'm literally just watching the apocalypse happen.
Yeah, I
Breath of the Wild might not be bad because it's already
just
happened.
your life.
It's already happened, that's true.
I mean,
Still
it
not
happened.
great.
It happened, and then a second one is looming.
Yeah, there's another one listening.
We didn't get them all the first time, boys. Go around again.
Apocalypse number 2. Definitely gonna kill everyone.
And Mackie
this time.
found the one that's safe. Link's crossbow training. That's the Legend of
There we
Zelda
go.
game that's
Link's
safe.
crossbow training.
Archery's fun. You know what? Just do that for eternity. That will never get boring.
What's Minish Cap about?
Minish Cap
What's the
would probably
looming-
be okay. There is a looming threat that I don't remember. But you can like
I don't
shrink
remember
size,
either.
and it's kind of. They all have a looming threat.
Yeah, but that's one of the least, like, again, like,
Oh,
Ocarina
Beck,
of
I'm
Time,
sorry.
it happens during, like, it happens pretty soon.
Yeah.
Majora's Mask, the moon's literally about to fall on you.
Yeah,
I
and
was
then
fucking
you have to
scrolling through,
relive
I
that one
saw-
in a loop.
I was scrolling through my games looking for some. I saw Mass Effect 2. For a second, I'm like, oh yeah, Mass Effect would be pretty cool. And then I remembered Reapers exist.
Yeah, that's
Elise?
another one. You're dealing with the apocalypse.
At least when I wrote my list, I was like, Mass Effect would be cool. And then, so I put Mass Effect in good. And then when I got to bad, I'm like, well, also Mass Effect. Like, 1 would be fun. 2 would be okay, depending on what world I was on. 3 would be bad. Just all around bad time.
Across the board.
3 would be just a bad time, regardless of where I am.
For those who don't know, the plot of Mass Effect 3 is ancient fucking squid robots are coming to destroy every civilized nation, or every civilization, every like sentient life in the galaxy.
So many people
I wish
die.
them luck.
So many people die. And then at the end, one random human gets to choose your fate. Whether everyone lives, everyone dies, or everyone is assimilated with robots against their will.
Yikes.
So,
Again,
Mass
another
Effect
one-
3,
ano-
bad list.
Another one sort of obvious. All the Halo games involve fucking everything going to shit.
No.
Don't want to
They'd be like okay up until 4, I think. 4, 5, Infinite. It's okay,
I don't know enough about Halo.
or maybe up
War.
until 3.
I mean,
I think Earth is safe up until 3, and then
okay.
Covenant and Flood come to
They're
Earth.
just really attacking other planets
So very-
and other stuff.
Very similar
Correct.
situation of Mass Effect, where like, the first 2 are fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't Halo 2 like the Covenant invade Earth? Isn't that like the whole thing?
Oh, okay. It gets bad in 2, but in 1, it's fine. 2
In 1?
onwards.
In
if
1,
you're
like
on
Earth isn't even in 1. If you're
Correct.
going into
Yeah.
Halo 1, if you're going into Halo 1, then you're going on the Halo, and then you get Flood.
Dude, oh
Oh,
fuck!
yeah,
You
it's
do have to
fair,
go like
yeah.
to the top of the game, don't you? All right,
Yeah,
maybe
so
don't.
you can't like go to a game and be unrelated to the story of the game. So yeah, at Halo 1,
mean,
you're always going to be near the action, which means you're
you
dead.
could be a Spartan and maybe survive, right?
I mean,
Heavy
they tend
maybe,
not- they
heavy
tend
maybe,
not to.
heavy maybe. Like
maybe.
you let
I think
Master
it
Chief
depends.
do all the shit in the library where you're literally doomed if you go down there, but like you just chill
You
up
go
top
with
as
him.
a Spartan. Why? Fuck the
Oh,
library.
with all the Marines.
Fuck the library. The library
No,
sucks.
the library was okay.
Library was a piece of
okay.
shit. One of the worst levels in video game.
Rob, are you coming out as the library defender?
I didn't mind the library because I thought it hit the vibe of creepy and challenging, and you got turned around and you were always looking around every corner like, holy shit, are there going to be more people here? They're coming from all directions. And it's just like, I want this shit to be over. I thought the vibe was like,
Oh, they nailed that vibe.
I want this shit to be over, but in a good way.
Oh, yeah, no. They nailed the vibe, but in a bad way for me. I was like, I want this to be over, and I never want to touch this level ever again the rest of my entire fucking life.
No, I was okay with it. I played it as a kid, though, so like, I didn't dislike anything back then, you know?
You can play any video game as a kid, and you're like, this shit was good. I have recently gone back and played some old games that I loved as a kid, and I'm like, wow, this game sucks.
I had good taste, so I could go back and play any of those games and be like, you know what? This was a banger.
Most of them I liked. I went back and played... Chat's gonna fucking hate me for this. I went back and played Mega Man Battle Network a little bit. Fucking hate that game now. Absolutely garbage game. Do not like. Do not like at all. Quit after like an hour and a half. I'm like, this game fucking sucks. Loved it as a kid though.
Confused Grandma asked about the Persona universe. Again, it's a pretty big question of am I a Persona user? Because in that case, I mean, could be cool. If not, then it's just living in Japan.
Yeah, I put most Persona
with the potential of dying to something weird.
Lose.
Yeah,
win.
you wouldn't even know about it.
We were close.
Like, you wouldn't even know what was happening because you can't see.
That's true. Yeah, most of those things you die without even any perception
exactly.
of it.
I put Persona on the good list because of that. I was like, well, either I'm a Persona user and it's cool because like, you know, I'm saving the world.
I have cool ass powers, or it's just the world.
Yeah, or it's the world. So like that's fine. I put that on the pretty good list.
Yeah, I mean that's just living in Japan.
So
take with that what you will.
Other ones do I have on the good list pretty much all the Final Fantasy Tactics games.
Yeah.
Some of which are isekais within a isekai.
Yeah, the Final Fantasy Tactics Advance is an isekai.
It is an isekai. Also, fuck that kid with the snowball with the rock in it. Fuck that.
I mean, fuck the character
child.
you play as who wants to escape his awesome fantasy where all of his friends have happier lives. You're the real villain of the game.
You are kind of the villain of that game, aren't you?
Yeah.
But like, I thought those games had pretty good worlds because generally you're not killing people. Like, even though you're like fighting, it's kind of just
I mean, Jagged's are the only place you can kill people. Other than that, you're just knocked down, and then the judge just makes sure nothing bad happens to you.
Yeah, so like, I thought those were pretty cool. Pretty like
and again,
cool
the jobs allow people with a lot of different skills, you know, to find a job that suits them and exist in the world.
You need to close it from like the notification tray.
I did. It just didn't close. Okay, there we go. It's all good. It's all good, Zach. Yeah, like, I thought that'd be good. Even if you get like un-isekai'd from the cool world, it's just kind of like, you know, pretty neutral fantasy world.
Yeah.
So like nothing too bad. Other than that one dick who put a fucking rock in the snowball, piece of shit kid. Beat the fuck out of him. That's what I would do if I got isekai'd into Final Fantasy Tactics Advance.
Beat the shit.
I'd beat up that kid and then read the book that brought me to a different world. What else did I?
Is any other franchise we've missed? I mean,
one I wanted to talk about that I think is a bad one is The Sims.
So, I mean,
really? I was actually thinking that one might be pretty good.
Is that just you live life, but there's a very active god
yes.
who can fuck with you to his heart's content?
That was my point with it. If like, yeah, you're a sim and you're at the will of some god, some person who can just control every single little aspect of your life, what job you have, who you go out with, who you marry, who your children
Now,
are.
some might say that's what life currently is, but we're not going to go into that.
I mean,
well, listen,
to a degree.
Right now, you have 5 gods.
What are the 5 gods, Elise?
Listen, you got your landlord, You got
Okay.
your boss.
Okay.
You got your, I don't know, the rest of the capitalist society.
Okay. It's 3.
Nice.
That's 3.
Clinch the landing.
Listen, I pulled the number 5 out of my.
You got the
my
government.
butthole.
I'll give you the government
You
at
got the
least.
government?
Yep, that's 4.
Yeah,
You only
sure.
need one more at least, and you hit what you just said.
The Illuminati.
No.
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 Just because you don't believe.
Yourself. You are God. You are number 5.
No,
is
that's a
yourself.
cop. That's a cop out. No.
Powerful.
That's pretty
It is.
optimistic.
Listen, it is.
Powerful, yeah. I am the god of my own life.
It's powerful, but
Yeah.
it contradicts the other 4.
It does.
No one says the gods are all equal.
That's fair. That's fair. All right, I'll surrender. You got up to
My
5.
current landlord's my mom, and my boss is much more of a vengeful god than my mom.
Did any of you guys watch? Well, probably not, because apparently nobody watched Germa. But he did a Sims-esque stream where he was the Sim and chat was the god,
Oh no.
and that was actually that didn't seem so bad. Actually, that was kind of fun.
Okay. I'm surprised.
He did die once, but other than that, it was cool.
Excuse me.
He
Yeah,
did die,
the
so
Dollhouse
but it was
stream
fine.
fucking awesome. He talked his way out of getting like reaped though, so it's like fine.
Okay,
Talked his
okay.
way, yeah. So I don't know. I think being a Sim would be. I think being a Sim would be.
I would have
cheat
even
on
less
lovely
control
dude.
than I do now, which is not.
Amelia.
I don't want that. I don't want that. I also put
I think it'd
like
be great.
in the same vein, like SimCity. I wouldn't want to exist in that world. A
Too much
constantly.
traffic. Hey man.
I was gonna say constantly changing city where the person who's designing the city doesn't know what the fuck they're doing.
Has not taken an architecture lesson.
Like, oh, I'm gonna put a roundabout on your cul-de-sac. Get fucked.
This sounds like my neighborhood, honestly.
I mean,
There are some suburbs around here who do feel like they were created by someone playing SimCity.
yeah, you know what? I live in a planned city, and it's not always good either. Made by people who are professionals. They're bad at their jobs sometimes.
Look, I'd live in like City Skylines if Do Not Eat was the one
Yeah.
who was like
Yeah.
making it. But just like any fucking rando, no thanks. I would like to have sewage, please.
You live in the part of the city that has neither water nor sewage hooked up. Like, you just exist there. Oh, would
I
chat?
think if you're getting isekai into a tycoon game, you're just a customer, right? You're just going to King's Island.
don't-
You're going to the zoo.
Yeah, if you're getting this guy in a roller coaster tycoon, you're just going to an
Like-
amusement park where there's the chance that all the rides will kill you. Because once
Yeah.
again, the person creating it is not is not a professional.
And sometimes is maliciously trying to
And
kill
some
you.
guys want you to die a horrible death.
Yeah, Vic Vandal.
Killed Zach on a long flume ride.
Killed several people. Killed quite a few people, including Zach. And yeah, someone in chat also mentioned specifically when we were talking about The Sims, like, really hope crowd control is turned off. Yeah, so do I. Otherwise, you're gonna die in a fire.
Spawns
Or
fires
you might
next
just
to you.
drown, as our last stream with The Sims showed. Like, 3 people just drowned.
That's true. I
For
did.
no
I
reason.
Can't swim.
was literally always tired, and then I ended up drowning. I am always tired, so it was somewhat accurate to my life. But I can swim pretty well, so.
Can you do it if you're really
Avoid
tired?
large bodies of water.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Did I have anything else I want to talk about? Oh, on my bad list, I had The Witcher,
Oh yeah, you're gonna get murdered by a monster.
monsters,
certainly.
the government, barons. Living in that world sucks.
Yeah, that's living in the dark. That's living in like feudal Europe, but worse because there are now monsters.
Yeah. She's like, here's a bad time on top of a bad time. Don't want to live in the world of a
Yeah.
Witcher. Even if I'm a Witcher. Like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
cool.
no,
My
even though-
job's
I mean-
to get, like, injured and kill monsters and probably die.
Also, the process of becoming a Witcher involves a lot of torture. So
And probably
and
dying.
yeah,
It's like a, what, 80% death rate?
Yeah, it's high.
most people
It's
do
high.
not survive the process to become a Witcher.
But like
so
with our isekai rules, you could be like, if I'm already a Witcher, like when I arrive. But still, I wouldn't want to do it. Like I still wouldn't want to be a Witcher because everyone hates you too. Like,
yeah. Outside people who like directly want to hire you, everyone's kind of a dick.
and
to
a
you.
lot of times, even the people that do hire
Yeah, do
you
hire you are still
are still assholes.
That is
So
absolutely
no
correct.
to The Witcher. Let's see. This is a very niche one. I had Legend of Legaia on my absolute terrible list because there are two options of your existence. You are either trapped in a town surrounded by mist that will probably kill you, or you are in the mist and possessed by a monster. There is no in between. Those are your two options. You live in isolation or you are possessed. No. And then I also had listen, I played this game. I work at this company and my opinions do not reflect the opinions of my company. I would not want to live in the World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Hey,
I wouldn't want to do that. There is a world-ending problem every 2 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's
What about Overwatch?
What about-
That would probably be okay. Like Overwatch seems like a mostly cool world, just like some robot problems.
and wasn't there a massive
isn't it
robot
like-
war at one point?
Yeah, like
Yeah,
the
but
Matrix?
we're coming in after that. Oh well, I don't know what's into, but from the trailers doesn't look great. So probably not good, but better than World of Warcraft, where there is literally a world-ending threat every 2 years almost on the dot.
Yeah.
And oftentimes additional ones happening in between the 2 years. So
But listen,
I'm good.
there's you have someone who can fix that. The protagonist.
Yeah, see, here's the thing, Elise. There's a lot of NPCs that die. There's a large number of NPCs that just die. In fact, in one of the this is an old expansion, in Cataclysm, like half of the main human capital blew up. And by blew up, I mean a dragon destroyed it, but like,
Yeah.
lots of dead folks.
Just don't live in the biggest city, man. I mean, this one's easy. Come on now.
Yeah, if you're like a rando NPC out in the wilderness, like the fucking boars can kill you. That's the thing too. Like if you're not an adventurer, you're fucked too. Like all the monsters are gonna murder you. You're just out there shelling out money every day for adventures to go find your wife who got lost in the forest, or your child, or your pet cat.
Or just tell them to kill 50 boars or whatever.
Oh, if it's the Nessingwary expedition, it's 20 of like every type of animal repeated like
What
3
the fuck?
times. Yeah, they took out a lot of those quest lines after enough expansions because they were really bad. Took
I
forever.
think it's a world with like a shitload of adventurers, though, right? Is that like kind of canon?
Yeah.
There's a lot of adventurers. You'd probably be like
it's
an
canon,
adventurer
but
then.
there's a lot. Even
Yeah.
then, like you die a lot. Like it's not great, and like your whole life, and it's fun as a video game, right? It's one of those things where like
Yeah.
as a video game, it's fun to like grind a bit, do cool things, kill the big bad.
Yeah.
If I were playing it, like that shit has to hurt. Like I'm getting fucking stabbed on the daily while trying to just get some fucking money. Like,
But you're like, you're resilient. Get yourself some better armor. That's just more incentive to grind.
so here's the thing, Rob. The better you get, the more you die. Because then you're doing raids, then you're doing like high level dungeons, and you're dying repeatedly while doing them. There's no way around it. You're just gonna die. Which I
Way too
cannot
low to be.
imagine is a painless experience. Like, when one of the most common phrases in World of Warcraft is "don't stand in the fire," I imagine a lot of people stand in the fire and get burned, and that's gotta hurt. Like, I burned myself on the stove before. That's not a big fire, right? It's gotta fucking hurt to be standing in the fire. fire and just be on fire one day.
Yeah. I was gonna mention, y'all know I like Destiny. I've mentioned it once or twice.
Yeah,
Which
a few
twice?
times.
There are two options for you in the Destiny universe, right? If you're gonna be a human at least, you're just a regular human, and you live in the one city that like still exists because all the rest of the planet is infested by various aliens. And they literally call it the last city because it is the last city on Earth. And you know what? You'd probably live an all right life. It's a pretty secure city. It's got big ass walls on all sides protecting it from everyone. You'll probably live an all right life. They have video games, I think.
Oh, okay. Okay, keep talking.
But also, it's just, you're just living a normal life in this like future, like what, 5,000 years? I don't know when Destiny actually
Far
takes place.
future. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have League of Legends too.
Or you're a guardian, and guardians are zombies, and they're immortal. This is a real fact. Guardians are people who died, and then ghosts found them and brought them back to life.
I did not know that.
Neither did I.
I think that's
when you get
interesting.
revived, when you get risen, you lose all your memories. You
Oh,
it's a brand
that's
new life, and it's a taboo to like talk about or research or whatever or look into your old life.
I mean, listen, that's the perfect premise for an isekai. You get isekai into a guardian who remembers their past from a different world. Destiny team, hit me up.
That's fun.
You know?
But also, listen, you can't die. Anytime you die, your ghost will revive you. Unless your ghost dies. Listen, your ghost can get killed. But otherwise, you're basically like the only job that Guardians have is going out and committing righteous violence in the sake of their god, the Traveler. Like that's what you do as a Guardian. Or you go to the Crucible and kill each other.
Nice.
What's that?
I said, when you said you go out and commit righteous violence in the name of your god, I said, so I'm a Republican?
Brutal.
Got him.
Yeah.
I think I'm out of worlds.
I think I am too.
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm trying to think of any other obvious ones, but again, they're all like, yeah, that's terrible, yeah, that's terrible. Again, Fire Emblem, every world's always at war, and there's an apocalypse coming, and it doesn't matter if you're like 8 years old, you're still going to get drafted into some army.
It's true.
So yeah, I'm avoiding child soldier world.
I think Mario would kind of be boring. Kind of hits the same as the farming sim games. I just don't think a whole lot going on. Unless you're into just like straight chilling, in which case Mario might be okay.
And Mario might be okay depending on.
Put me into Sunshine if that's the case.
Yeah,
if I'm straight chilling.
I go to New Donk City and just chill.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Odyssey.
Yeah, but then you got possessed by a guy with a hat.
That's true. Then a guy threw a hat on me and I lost complete control of my own existence, and that's an existential nightmare.
Yeah, no. I had two more that are just kind of like neutral. I had Skies of Arcadia, just because flying through islands just sounds fucking cool. And most of the pirates are pretty incompetent, so like you're mostly good. There are some world-ending things that happen though, so like also and then the other one I had was, for similar reasons, Mega Man Legends World. Like the NPCs just kind of live normal lives in that one. And like most of the villains are really not competent at all at like destroying things. Just like the villains at the end of the games are like, pretty bad, but like the rest of them are pretty. The Bonds, The Bonds is the family, and then Tron Bond is the one woman.
Right.
So yeah,
I only
like
know her from Marvel vs. Capcom.
yeah, but they're pretty bad at being villains. Like honestly, they're pretty bad at it. So I feel like that world would be okay.
Yeah, it's fair.
That's and like Drake brings up Metal Gear, which I thought about, but it's just our world with more robots, but also more threats of nuclear war and destruction.
I was gonna say, isn't that just like more nukes?
Yeah, more nuclear problems. And
More
in some
nuclear-
of
and
Constant
also-
war anyway.
then there's more
Yeah.
war, yeah. And in
also
some of
like
the,
giant robots that are gonna destroy your city.
they don't usually do that in most of them, but
Look,
yeah.
the only Metal Gear game I've played is Rising Revenge.
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, I think they
Yeah.
were in. I want to say it was Metal Gear Solid 2. They were gonna actually like blow up part of New York. That was it, like in the game, and then 9/11 happened.
Oh.
And then they were like, we should take this out of the game. Which was a good call.
No.
That was a good call.
It's a bit of a noopsie right there.
They're like, yeah, I feel like blowing up the financial district of New York is probably in bad taste now that happened. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Probably the best decision Kojima's made in his life. Yeah, as Zach says in our chat, that was a few months before the game was supposed to come out is when 9/11 hit, and they're like, let's take that out. Let's rewrite a bunch of it.
That's a delay. That's a reason to delay a game I can agree with.
Holy crap.
Yeah, Kojima wanted to cancel the whole thing. There's a really good, I think someone linked it in our Discord. Hopefully they can do it again if they're listening. Really good video essay that covered like a bunch of the Metal Gear Solid 2 stuff that happened. It was super cool. Super interesting. I shouldn't say super cool. Super interesting how the direction of that game changed and like how they did stuff based on world events. It was very interesting how world events can affect video game development when you're writing something like that. Or, you can be Nintendo and have fucking Advance Wars and Russia invades Ukraine. And they're just like, you know what? This game doesn't exist anymore. Nintendo, please give me Advance Wars back.
Maybe once Ukraine wins.
Oh, how long will that be? It's going to be a while. It's going to be a while.
We just got to... I'll leave you there. Never mind.
Good call, Rob. Good call. All right, folks.
Yeah.
I think that's going to do it. So thank you for tuning in. If you liked this show, again, check us out on patreon.com/SaveDataTeam. Follow us, tweet at us, message us on our socials. We're at SaveDataTeam pretty much everywhere. TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all those types of things. There'll be a link to our Discord in the comments below, or in the description below, sorry. So join that if you're interested. And let us know what other worlds would be good or bad to isekai into, because it's been pretty fun. And chat's been super, super helpful, giving us suggestions and stuff too. So thank you all in the live chat. You've been super great. Love y'all.
Yeah. See ya.
Until next time, have a great day.
Night, everyone.